Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. Welcome back to my channel. I'm Ama Mama. I am going to do a book haul because I made the mistake. I don't want to call it a mistake, but I went to Barnes & Noble and I had the intention of just getting books that I wanted to add for my Christmas reading for December. And then I ended up getting way more than I had planned on getting. So I'm going to do a book haul on what I got. And then I'll also show which of these books I'm going to be reading for December. I do have a couple of books that I already owned that I'm going to be reading. But I only had 3 like Christmas kind of themed books. And I really wanted to focus on holiday themes for the month of December. So that's what I had specifically gone to pick up. And then I came away with more than that. So first I'm going to show you what I ended up getting from Barnes & Noble. And this stack. This had not been my intention. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I bought 9 books when I went the other day. The first book that I got is a December to Remember. And right now I'm just going to run through these because when I do my, I'll go over a little bit more of what they're about when I talk about what I'm going to read for December. So a December to Remember. I also got the Holiday Swap. Then we have You're a Mean One, Matthew Prince. Then I have Christmas Orphans Club. Those are the Christmas ones that I got. The next ones are ones that a couple of these I had heard other people talk about on YouTube. One of them was the second in a series that I started, and then a couple of them I just saw and they seemed interesting. So the first one that I just saw that seemed interesting was The Paleontologist. And this one, I'm not going to read the whole thing because again, whenever I go to actually read this, I'll read more of the back, but it just says a haunted paleontologist returns to the museum where his sister was abducted years earlier and is faced with a terrifying and murderous spirit in this chilling novel. So this just looked like it would be maybe interesting. Then I got Golden Sun, the second book in the Red Rising series, because I did read Red Rising this past month here in November, and I really enjoyed it, so I want to go ahead and finish the series. So I picked up the second book in that trilogy. Then I picked up Wrong Place, Wrong Time. And I feel like maybe I've seen something about this on BookTube, but now I can't really remember. It looked a little familiar, but I just thought the cover was kind of cool. And on it, it says, how do you stop a murder after it's already happened? And so it almost, again, I'm not going to read the whole back right now, but there's a mom and she sees her son kill someone. And then like she wakes up the next day and it's the day before. And so she's got to figure out what happened and why her son did that, so that, you know, she can try to stop it before he even commits the murder in the first place. So it was kind of like a Groundhog Day theme, but with like a murder mystery. So I thought it might be interesting. Then I got The Housemaid's Secret. And this one, I know that I've watched several people give reviews of. Honestly, I don't remember whether the people that I have seen who read this, if they enjoyed it. I'm pretty sure it's had fairly positive reviews, but I didn't really remember what it was about or what I had heard people talk about it, other than I've seen people read it. So, and the cover was kind of cool, so I thought, why not? It just says, this perfect home has one rule: don't look behind closed doors. So hopefully that will be good. And then the last one I got was Being Henry by Henry Winkler. So Being Henry, The Fonz and Beyond. And I really like Henry Winkler, and so I just thought this would be fun the back when he was the Fonz. I used to watch Happy Days when I was young. I mean, it was before my time, obviously. I was watching reruns, but there's like pictures in the book and things like that. And so I thought this might just be an interesting read because I do like Henry Winkler. And so I'm curious to see how this book plays out. So those were the new books I had picked up. I think I had already talked about these, but because I have them sitting with my new stuff, I also got Bookshops and Bone Dust that I had pre-ordered. So this came. I probably am not going to try to read this in December unless the ones that I plan on reading for December are all really quick reads, and then I will see what I'm going to add in. But I'm looking forward to this one too, just because I really enjoyed Legends and Lattes. And then Iron Flame, I'm really looking forward to reading this one. It's the next book after Fourth Wing, and I loved Fourth Wing, so I'm really looking forward to Iron Flame. But again, I want to read my Christmas stuff, so I'm not going to start this one quite yet. So that was it for my book haul. So as far as my December TBR, even though I have books on my shelf, I do have 3 that were on my physical, like my TBR from before, that I'm adding to what I want to read in December. So in spite of all of the books that I just bought, I am going to read some of the books I have. So first up is A Christmas Carol, which this is super short. So, obviously this shouldn't take very long to read, but the ghost, probably everybody knows this story. Ebenezer Scrooge and his business partner, Marley. And so he gets haunted by the ghost of Christmas past, present, and future, and just how that affects his life and what he does. So I've seen so many adaptations of the movie. I've seen a play in the theater for this, but I've never actually read it. So this is going to be one of the first things I probably read this month. Then I have Debbie Macomber, Mr. Miracle. And the Debbie Macomber books, again, these were ones that were my mom's. Mr. Miracle, I don't know anything what it's about. That was not like a very grammatically well put together sentence, but I think you'll know what I mean there. But I think they turned this one into a movie, but Hallmark, Debbie Macomber also wrote Mrs. Miracle, which I've seen the Hallmark movie. I have never read. So again, this will just be like a nice little Christmassy book that I have no idea what it's about, but Debbie Macomber writes romance, and I think they're usually like small town kind of stuff. So we'll see. Then I have Midnight Suns Volume 1, and this is Brides for the Brothers and the Marriage Risks. I think this is actually 2 books. Brides for the Brothers says Sawyer O'Halloran, the middle brother, isn't entirely in favor of this scheme, but he considers himself immune to any woman, even the lovely Abby Sutherland. She's arriving in Alaska within 2 days. However, there's a complication or 2. She hasn't told them that she's arriving with kids. And then the marriage risk, it says, like his brothers, Charles O'Halloran has a distrust of marriage in general and of anyone related to Catherine Harmon Fletcher in particular. She's the woman who tried to destroy his parents' marriage. Too bad Lonnie Caldwell, the only woman he's ever really fallen for, is Catherine's granddaughter. So that is the other Debbie Macomber book. So hopefully these are good. These are both older books. Again, they were my mom's. And so since she passed away this year, I wanted to read them this Christmas. Which brings me to the new ones that I just picked up from Barnes this week. The first one is The Christmas Orphans Club by Becca Freeman. I don't think I've seen anybody who has read this at this point, so I didn't know anything about it. The back says, Hannah and Finn have spent every Christmas together since college. Neither has anywhere else to go. Hannah's parents died and Finn's disowned him when he came out. When the pair starts their adult lives in New York City, they add stylish Priya and mysterious Theo to the group, solidifying a found family and a sense of belonging they've always craved. But now when Finn announces a move to LA, this Christmas may be their last together. Hannah is terrified of losing the family she's built for herself, even as her boyfriend nudges her towards commitment. Meanwhile, Finn struggles with the things he's about to leave behind, namely his unexpressed feelings for Theo. Does growing up mean growing apart? This Christmas, the changes these friends fear may be exactly what they need. So maybe some romance, but found family. So again, hopefully it's actually like a heartwarming, kind of Christmas story, and hopefully it's good. And then I have You're a Mean One, Matthew Prince. This one is by Timothy Janofsky. Again, this is another one I haven't seen anything about. It says Matthew Prince is rich, young, and thoroughly spoiled. So what if his parents barely remember he exists and the press is totally obsessed with him? He's on top of the world. But one major PR misstep later, and Matthew was cut off and shipped away to spend the holidays in his grandparents' charming small town hellscape. Population, who cares? It's bad enough he's stuck in some festive winter wonderland. It's even worse that he has to share space with Hector Martinez, an obnoxiously attractive local who's unimpressed with anything and everything Matthew does. Just when it looks like the holiday season is bringing nothing but heated squabbles, the chatty gala loses its coordinator and Matthew steps in as a saintly act to get home early on good behavior. With Hector as his maddening +1. But even a Grinch can't resist the unexpected joy of found family, and in the end, the forced proximity and infectious holiday cheer might be enough to make the lonely prince's heart grow 3 sizes this year. So that is the next one. And then I have The Holiday Swap by Maggie Knox. And when Chef Charlie Goodwin gets hit on the head on the LA set of her reality baking show, she loses her critical ability to taste and smell. Meanwhile, Charlie's identical twin, Cass, is frantically trying to hold her own life together back in their quaint mountain hometown while running the family's bakery and dealing with the breakup that just won't end. With only days until Christmas, a desperate Charlie and Cass do something they haven't done since they were kids: switch places. But when rugged firefighter Jake Greenman and gorgeous physician assistant Miguel Rodriguez are thrown into the mix, will the twins' identity swaps be a recipe for disaster or for getting their lives back on track? And then the last one that I have is A December to Remember by Jenny Bayless. Yeah, Bayless. Hopefully I'm saying that right. I mean, it looks right. And this one says, wildly different half-sisters Maggie Simone and Star have hardly seen one another since their sprightly summers at Rowanthorpe. Have hardly seen one another since their sprightly summers at Rowanthorpe, their eccentric father Augustus's home. Known for his bustling approach to the knick-knack shop he ran, Augustus was loved by all and known by none, not even his daughters. Now, years later, the 3 estranged women are called upon for the reading of Augustus's will, and quickly realize he's orchestrated a series of hoops through which they must jump to unlock their inheritance, the last thing any of them want to do. But Maggie and Star desperately need the money, and who would Simone be to resist? Through hilarious goose chases, small-town mishaps, and one heartwarming winter solstice celebration, love is in the air, if only the 3 sisters can let themselves grasp it. So those are the books that I have on my TBR for December. So this is a total of 4, 5, 6, so 7 books total. I thought about trying to do like a 12 books of December sort of thing, where I would read 12 Christmas books, but I realized that like between the holidays and everything else, that would require me to almost read 1 book every 2 days. And while A Christmas Carol is super short, these other ones are, they're not super long, but I don't know enough about them to know whether or not they're going to be quick reads or not. And so as fun as doing like a 12 books of December seemed like a great idea, it sounded fun in my head, when logistically I started really thinking about it, I realized that it may not be a good idea because I don't know that I could actually get that much reading done. I'll take a couple of weeks off of school with the kids, and that will give me more time. And maybe, there have been times I've gotten close to reading 12 books. I'm going to be doing my November wrap up soon, and I've read 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, basically 10 books this month. But that was a little tight because I just finished the end of the last 2 today, and today is the last day of November. So I just, without being able to know that I'm going to have like a good chunk of time every single day, I don't want to over push myself for the holidays, because again, the kids are not, my son and my niece, they're both 10. And so we're going to be busy with some of, with holiday stuff and all of those things. And I hope all of you all are doing, fun things for the holidays, whether you celebrate, Christmas or Hanukkah or Kwanzaa or whatever your holiday celebration is. I hope everyone is, going to be able to spend time with family if you have it, and friends and loved ones and all of that. But, with that, for me, I just figured there's no way I'm going to read 12 books in December. So that is my book haul from Barnes and Noble. That is my TBR for December. I'm really looking forward to getting started on reading my Christmassy books, because you might not have noticed, that I'm ready for ready for the holidays. So I'm hoping these books are good, and that they, have some laughs and some romance to them, and that they're, more lighthearted. I've been reading a lot of heavier things the past couple of months, and so I'm looking forward to reading just an abundance of heartfelt and heartwarming, good-natured kind of books. So that is it for today's video. Like and subscribe. I would appreciate it. I appreciate everyone who has subscribed at this point. I'm small. I'm just getting started. I've been on for a few months now, but I'm still learning and feeling my way as I go. And I just appreciate everyone who who sticks around and has been watching. It means a lot to me. So I hope everyone is having a great time getting ready for holidays if you celebrate them, and even if you don't, I hope everyone is going to enjoy some family time and some time with loved ones, and all of that. So I wish everyone a good week, and I will talk to you later. Bye.